In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis has signed a political memorandum of understanding with Ghana. The United Kingdom has imposed a new visa requirement for St. Lucians, and hundreds of people are feared dead after the collapse of an illegal mine in Congo. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Thursday the 5th of March and I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew has signed a memorandum of understanding on the establishment of a political consultation mechanism with the Republic of Ghana during his official state visit. The agreement signed on Wednesday, March 4, between Prime Minister Drew and Ghana's Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Samuel Ablakwa, formalized structured dialogue between the governments of St. Christopher and Nevis and Ghana, creating a clear framework for regular consultations and expanded cooperation. Under the mechanism, both countries agreed to promote and enhance collaboration across political, economic, commercial, scientific, technical, and cultural sectors. The initiative is intended to strengthen policy coordination, deepen diplomatic engagement, and provide sustained opportunities for cooperation at both the political and the technical levels. Prime Minister Drew described the agreement as a significant step forward in bilateral relations. The mechanism ensures that our engagement with Ghana is structured, strategic, and sustained, said Prime Minister Drew. It creates a platform for meaningful cooperation across multiple sectors that matter to our people. The signing signals a new phase of institutionalized dialogue between the two nations, grounded in mutual respect and shared development goals. The St. Kitts Music Festival is drawing international attention as preparations continue for its 28th edition this summer. The travel publication Selling Travel has described the event as one of the Caribbean's major annual music festivals, praising this year's high-energy lineup. The festival will feature a range of international and regional artists, including Kelani, Fantasia, Beres Hammond, Marshall Montano, Movado, and Taurus Riley. Also set to perform as Steel Pulse, Luciana, Idonia, Masika, Cranium, Voice, Chenille Moy, and several leading Caribbean bands. Minister of Tourism Marsha Henderson said the festival continues to showcase St. Kitts as a leading cultural and entertainment destination in the region. She noted that while the music attracts visitors, the island's culture, landscapes, and local experiences are what make the event memorable. In addition to the concerts, visitors will also be able to take part in a series of fringe events, explore historic sites, and sample the island's culinary offerings. Travel companies in the United Kingdom are also promoting special packages for the festival, with direct British Airways flights operating twice weekly between London Gatwick and St. Kitts. Education leaders from across the OECS are meeting in Dominica for the OECS Pearl Technical Sustainability Summit 2026. St. Kitts and Nevis is represented by Minister of Education, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley. The meeting is focused on the future of the OECS Pearl program, regional initiative designed to support education reform across member states. Participants are discussing how the program can move from a project-based approach to a more permanent framework for improving education systems across the region. The discussions also include sharing best practices, coordinating policy approaches, and identifying sustainable ways to improve learning outcomes. The summit is also looking at strategies to strengthen teacher training, improve school management, and introduce more innovative approaches to learning. Organizers say the goal is to build a stronger, more resilient education system that can benefit students across the OECS for years to come. On the regional scene, the United Kingdom has introduced a new visa requirement for citizens of St. Lucia, affecting effective today, citing a rise in asylum claims from visitors to Britain. The government of St. Lucia confirmed that it received official notice from the UK Home Office on the 4th of March. Under the new policy, St. Lucia nationals will now need a visa to travel to the United Kingdom. A direct airside transit visa will also be required for travelers passing through the UK airports on their way to other destinations. British authorities say the decision forms part of broader efforts to strengthen border management and respond to pressures on the country's immigration and asylum system. The UK government also pointed to what it described as a notable increase in St. Lucian visitors who enter the country and later apply for asylum. While the order becomes effective today, a 6-week transition period will run until April 16. The St. Lucian officials say diplomatic engagement with British authorities is continuing as both countries discuss the implications of the policy change. And Venezuela and the United States say they will work together to develop the country's mining sector as part of a new push to attract foreign investment. The announcement on Wednesday followed talks in Caracas between Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, and U.S. Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum. Burgum, who leads President Donald Trump's National Energy Dominance Council, visited the presidential palace with representatives from more than 24 American mining companies. Rodriguez said the government plans to introduce reforms that would open the mining industry to greater foreign participation. The proposed changes could allow large international companies to invest in mining operations and explore resources such as gold, diamonds, and rare earth minerals. Venezuela holds some of the world's largest natural resource reserves, including major deposits of oil, gold, and other strategic minerals used in modern technology. U.S. officials say the partnership could attract billions of dollars in investment and create thousands of jobs as the country looks to rebuild its resource industries. And more than 200 people, including 70 children, have been killed after a landslide triggered a collapse at a mining site in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The disaster struck the town of Robaya on Tuesday after heavy rains destabilized the area. Robaya is the country's largest source of coltan, a mineral used to produce components found in mobile phones, computers, and other electronic devices. The government says the tragedy occurred in a rebel-controlled area and has blamed the M23 group for allowing illegal mining without proper safety measures. The rebel group has not commented publicly. However, a source in Robaya claimed that the collapse followed attacks by government forces and said only 6 people were killed. Authorities have not responded to that claim. Officials say rescue efforts have been difficult because of dangerous conditions at the site. Robaya is believed to hold around 15% of the world's coltan supply and about half of the country's total deposits, making it one of the most important mining areas in the region. And about bipartisan effort to limit President Donald Trump's authority to continue military action against Iran has failed in the United States Senate. Lawmakers voted 53 to 47 against a resolution that would have required congressional approval for any further U.S. military strikes. The measure was supported by most Democrats and a small number of Republicans who argued that Congress, not the president alone, has the constitutional authority to authorize war. However, most Republicans opposed the resolution, saying the president must have flexibility to respond quickly to security threats. The debate comes as the conflict continues to escalate. The United States and Israel began strikes against Iran last weekend, and Tehran has responded with missile and drone attacks targeting Israel and U.S. allied states in the Gulf. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has warned that the military campaign could last several weeks as operations continue. We now take a look at the weather, and the weather is currently cloudy across St. Kitts and Nevis with showers in the vicinity. Winds are a moderate easterly breeze at around 19 miles per hour. Seas are between 1.2 and 2.1 meters, or about 4 to 7 feet, with swells reaching up to 1.8 meters or 6 feet. High surf advisory therefore remains in effect. This afternoon, expect partly to cloudy to cloudy conditions with a 60% chance of showers. Tonight will also be partly cloudy to cloudy with a moderate chance of showers continuing. Sunset this evening will be at around 6:18, while sunrise tomorrow is expected to be at approximately 6:20. That brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.